Hello, hello. Welcome back or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate, you're fighting the story in any way, or it's just confusing for you, please leave it behind for the souls that it's meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from whatever is not yours. And so it is, my friends. All right, let's see where your current energy is sitting. Country fair. Summon the strength to reach out and discover the unity of community around you. It's interesting because automatically my mind shifted to the 13 and being the death card. So this is actually giving more to me that this is an end to the way that you used to network, or the end of the way that you used to reach out to people. Let's see what's challenging this. Yeah, the tower. That makes so much sense. Yeah, it's like there's a foundational shift, a big foundational shift as to the way that you are going about networking or just interacting with a larger community. And just by larger, I mean more than two. You can have a community with just 3 people. I know it's not a lot, but still. So apply it wherever you need to. I'm curious what is fundamentally shifting. I'm laughing because the death card came out. Obviously, I was feeling the death card, but okay. It's just, there's an end to the way you've been doing it. What's ending though? So it's a big shift. It feels very chaotic. This is the environment kind of going on around you, basically. After this big shift, after this big storm, this is where that end of the way that you've been interacting with this community. What's gotten you to this point? We've got the Ten of Swords. Again with another ending, like you were just done. What is going on here? It really feels like, it's almost like I'm seeing somebody getting kicked out of a community. And in a way, I don't know, it feels like you don't realize that this is actually a blessing for you. Because I think that there's a foundational shift here, like this, that will come from this ending. Let's see where your soul's wanting you to go with this. We have the Two of Swords. It's a choice to the Hanged One, to pause and see things more clearly. So from this ending, or from this chaos that's going on around you, which really does look like it's going to be an end, it's almost like your soul, before you even move forward with anything, there's this need to pause and to get the bigger picture, to understand this ending, to understand the truth that this ending holds for you. This seems very important, and it seems as though it's related to what your next step is going to be. Hold on. Okay, and then we've got what's supporting you. 8 of Jars, walking away. This seems so redundant because this is all about endings. But what is supporting you, particularly with 8 of Cups, is that this once was fulfilling to this person. But as you can see, like this house just feels a little bit old. Not like you couldn't remodel it, but it's like, this isn't fulfilling. This is old, and this person is like, there's something more for me. What once was fulfilling is no longer. And what's supporting you is that feeling. If you feel like this community is no longer supporting you and is no longer fulfilling you, you have to like be brave enough and have courage enough to know that if you walk away from this, you will find a different community that will be more fulfilling. More fulfilling than even this was when it was once fulfilling. Like it's a step above, so to speak. And in part, it's not because of the people you surrounded yourself with. It's because you're the one that's changed. And you've elevated yourself in a way. You're not better than other people, okay? You're just, your perception is different than where it previously was. And so because of that, the current environment of people or community surrounding you isn't matching that newer identity that you've come into. Let's see what's supporting you. Four of Swords, rest. Okay, the Four of Swords is followed by obviously the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is a big pain point, and it is something that hurts. Okay, but it hurts because of the story you're telling yourself. So for this community, okay, what's going to come in that I feel like you're not going to see, even though it's funny because I feel like this is all I've been talking about, but it feels like what you don't see is this rest, recovery, and rejuvenation. Even though that ending is painful, what's coming in to follow that is better for you. And it does feel like just some sort of rejuvenation, some sort of healing that's coming in to help you through this situation. And the Four of Swords is also very reflective. Okay, it's very looking at the story you're telling yourself, seeing the truth, even if it's hard for you to look at your faults within that truth. But this is what elevates you so much, because when you can take accountability, you have, it leaves you with the opportunity to change that. Whereas if you don't take accountability, then you're never going to change the actions that put you in your current circumstance. So again, what's coming in is this rest and reflective kind of period of this ending to this community. Let's see what your perception is. Princess of Pentacles. You're like, here I am trying to be like sensitive about this, and it feels like you are like, yeah, I'm just going to go down a different road. Yeah, I'm just going to choose something else. Even with this flower, I'm going to go to this flower instead. I find it more beautiful. And there's no judgment. It's like, just because you find something more beautiful doesn't mean anything bad towards what was previous. And it also doesn't take away what's to come. And it also doesn't take away the beauty of this flower if you should choose a different one. But the point here is your perception is like, yep, I'm going to choose a different path. That's fine. And with the Princess of Pentacles, it's that earliest stage. So it's like, I don't really know where I'm going, but it really reminds me of this card of like, I don't know where I'm going, but I know this isn't it for me. And that is your perception. Let's see how you're interacting with this environment. The moon, again, I love this for you. This feels more like a confirmation, because as I'm getting into your energy or perspective of this situation, I'm seeing, for example, with this moon card, you are uncertain. But what you're doing is still choosing to walk the path, even though you're not certain where it's going. So I feel like even though you're not certain where walking out is going to lead you, you're certain that this is what needs to get done, and you do it. Let's see what your hopes and fears are. The hopes or fears, we have the Prince of Pentacles. I feel like this is hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. I think the hope is that going down and choosing this action of going down this different path is going to create more stability for you. And I almost feel like also create an opportunity for you. Is there anything more with that? I don't know. Something doesn't resonate. It is, though. I keep coming back to this. It does feel resonant that this, the hope here is that this new path that you are walking is going to lead to some sort of bloom. All right, let's see what the outcome is if nothing changes. We have justice. Well, so that's an effect. You're going to be living in the effect of your choices. What is that effect? Two of Pentacles. Balance? Balancing what? Ten of Wands. Balancing burdens. The burden of what? Queen of Jars. All of these cards came out in the previous reading. This is so interesting. All right, let me... I don't know if... Okay, so it feels now like... I feel like this old network, this old community, you felt very burdened to take care of. It's like, who do I take care of first? Me or you, me or you? And it felt overburdensome because it feels as though you, in this old community, you were carrying the burden. And what I'm seeing shift if you continue with where you're going, which is having this perspective, choosing the path that's more fulfilling for you, more in alignment for you. This is going to create that balanced nervous system. It's going to keep you in flow. It's not even just, that doesn't feel resonant to say a balanced nervous system. That was in the other reading with these cards, but this actually feels more like this will keep you in your own flow. Because I think in part the reason you're having to leave this community is it feels as though they were too dependent on you. And in a way, for you, this was what you wanted in the past. You liked people depending on you. It made you feel needed. And in a way that gave you value. But I think you're seeing things, and I think that, again, or you will be seeing things from a different perspective now with the Hanged Man. I think you're going to be seeing that from a different perspective. And understanding that instead of, you would rather be in flow, right? And by that, it's like, instead of physically, via by words or via by actually like physically doing something for people, but it's instead of physically doing, keep saying that, but that doesn't resonate. Basically, it's you give people the tools. It's that whole saying of teach a man to give a man a fish and he'll eat for a night, teach a man how to fish and he'll have dinner for the rest of the nights, something along those lines. I know that's not exactly it, but the sentiment of that point is where I see you going. It's this: you can give them the tools necessary to help themselves because you see things a certain way, but you're no longer getting involved in the day to day. And it almost feels like you're still sympathetic, but you also can't carry that burden for them. And I feel like this is really what's changing for you, because carrying that burden for them is what knocks you out of your flow state. All right, that's what I have for you. If you felt very seen and supported, I ask that you support me back by either donating to my Venmo or PayPal account, which is located in the description, or liking, sharing, or subscribing. And if you would like to comment, I would love for you to comment some sort of emoji that you resonate with. And yeah, until the next whisper, my friends.